What's going on? It's Big A, the Mank Geek, coming at ya with another my pull list. It's Wednesday, so we're gonna go through what I got this week. And to start off, Punisher the Platoon. Now, I didn't expect to kind of want to really read this until I heard some stuff about it, picked up the first one, and it's like a pretty decent war story. Like, I'm kind of into it, man. It kind of feels like Full Metal Jacket to me. And for some, that may seem cheesy and whatnot. And I've never served in the military or anything like that. But I imagine kind of a situation where there's soldiers who feel disillusioned, and they're not sure as to whether they're coming or going or what's going to happen, and they've kind of lost their way, and kind of like war is having like a strange effect on them. This is kind of like that book. It's kind of like, it feels like Full Metal Jacket to me a lot. I mean, that's the only kind of Vietnam movie I've really seen. That and well, Kong Skull Island doesn't really count. Born on the 4th of July, Tom Cruise. That's a Tom Cruise movie, right? Pretty sure that's Vietnam as well, from what I remember. But yeah, man, this is kind of like the beginnings of Frank Castle as the Punisher, or kind of the mentality of, at least before he officially becomes the Punisher. And here we just get to see some of the brutalities of war. I mean, there's a page in here that I'm not going to show, but my gosh, like, it's super brutal, and it's not a fun thing at all. And that's pretty much what this book is. And it's done really well. I like the fact that it's done in flashback, and we've got the author of the book. We can't see who we know his name, but we can't see who he is. And so it kind of like puts us as the reader in his position, because he's been fed all this information about kind of the early days of Frank Castle in the Vietnam War. And so we're as fresh to it all as he is, in regards to Frank anyway, not in regards to the whole war itself. But yeah, I really like this book. It's cool. Well, it's not cool as in, oh, war's awesome or anything like that, but it's telling a story of someone who goes down a dark path and how they got there, and that's why it's a good story. We've not quite seen kind of Frank Castle become Frank Castle, but we're seeing him slowly get into that mentality, and so yeah, I definitely give this book a thumbs up. I like this issue. I thought it was really good. I like this cover because he looks pissed. He looks like he means flipping business. But yeah, I forget as to how many issues this is going to be. But yeah, I think it's going to kick off later. Now, also got Batman the Merciless. This is another one of those Dark Knights tie-ins. I think this is like the one where he probably somehow acquires Amazonian powers or what have you, and Wonder Woman, kind of, because there's the W there in the bat symbol. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving that a read and seeing what that's all about. I mean, I've seen the front of it, and that already, it's going to be like a tragic kind of epic story that takes place on Earth -12, I believe. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving that a read. That should be cool. I might do a review on that later on in the week. Also, I got Teen Titans. Now, for me, Teen Titans it's been all right. Like, I've quite enjoyed it. I've not enjoyed it as much as Super Sons, but in getting it, it has been pretty decent. It has been all right. I kind of want it to kind of really get into its own stride. I mean, the reason why I got Teen Titans in the first place is because, well, I thought it couldn't be anywhere near as bad as the New 52 Teen Titans, which it isn't. I actually feel it's much better, and it's doing its own thing, and it's going forward. But I really want it to kind of get into its own stride and do its own thing. And the last issue, I actually thought I didn't get the last issue, but then when I was in the comic book store, I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, it was a tie-in for Dark Knight's Metal, so it was just kind of like a filler issue, so to speak, of sorts. But yeah, I'm looking to give this a read. We've got the return of Kid Flash, so hopefully we'll see how that goes. And yeah, it should be good. I think this is an artist who's, or is it a mixture? Have they used multiple people? Yeah, Yeah, it's a bit weird when they do that because it looks like we've got different styles going on here for different kind of bits. So I think they may have used more than one artist, but it should be interesting anyway. But like I said, yeah, hopefully they do their own thing and it continues being a pretty decent buy. It's like I said, it's nowhere near as fun as Super Sons, but I hope it really gets them, and I really want them to kind of get into their own story and do their own kind of big epic thing. But hopefully that will be the case. We've also got Daredevil. Now I've been getting this. I've been buying Daredevil literally since 2011 onwards, when it was Wade writing it, and then when this version came after Civil War 2. Well, I think Civil War 2 was still going on, but they were like, oh, this is what happens afterwards. Yeah, like it's peculiar because, like I said last week, it did start going on the rise and then it kind of went down a little bit. But now it's getting, for me, it's getting more interesting again. It's back on the rise and I hope it can kind of stay this way. It'll be interesting to find out as to kind of like what's really gone on with Blind Spot while he went. Well, I believe he's back to China, is it? So yeah, that should be pretty good. And yeah, the action should be all right. The action's always pretty good in this. Like I think it's mostly decent. But I don't know. I'm not sure as to where they can go after this. Like hopefully they can go somewhere really interesting with it. I think there's a slight energy that's lacking from the book. I don't know if that's a bit of kind of too much of an obscure way of kind of saying that, but it's not fun, and it's not even necessarily action because there is action, but there's just an energy that seems to be lacking. Like in terms of pacing, I think it is. That's the only way I know to put it. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I got this week. So we've got Daredevil, Teen Titans, Batman the Merciless, and Punisher the Platoon. Now this is going to be the new format for my pull list. I managed to do a top-down setup. Let me know what you think in the comments about the top-down setup. I did want to buy more Marvel, but literally I don't think I can spend my money on roasting because I just can't. I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm just like I can't. Like I'll just be angry that I spent money on something that I not hated but disliked. Yeah, and I just can't do that. So anyway, like I said, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment, share. You can catch me on Facebook and Instagram at BigA85GL. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.